Hello everybody, hope you all are safe in this pandemic situation. So today we are again with a theory which is known as HERZBERG'S two-factor theory. And I hope before doing this class you had obviously observed the previous class where we had completed the fourth theory and the most popular theory of motivation, that is Maslow's need theory. So after Maslow's need theory, we are with the second theory in this class, which is known as HERZBERG'S two-factor theory. First of all, listen to this theory, and in the next class, we will try to correlate these two theories, Maslow's theories and HERZBERG'S theory. Okay, so listen to this class very minutely and try to understand each and everything which is told in this particular theory. So I will try to give you the concept of this theory in a very detailed manner so that you can understand each and every line and you don't need to mug up this. Okay, just you need to mug up 2-3 things which I will be telling to you. Okay. So what is HERZBERG'S two-factor theory? It is a very well-known two-factor theory which was designed in the year 1959. In which year? 1959. Very important for MCQs. Based on 200 engineers and accountant feedback collected in USA. So in which place, in which country this particular theory came up or established? That is USA. And it's a survey based theory. And the survey is done on whom? The survey is done on 200 engineers and accountants. Very important for this. I am giving emphasis on these two terms. It's done on 200 engineers and accountants. Accountants are not general accountants here. They are all chartered accountants. And you know the value of chartered accountants very well. You are commerce students. And this particular survey is done in the country of USA. Actually, the area is Pittsburgh area. Pittsburgh area of USA. Pittsburgh is a place in USA, and in that particular area, the survey is done. And it's regarding their personal feelings towards their working environment. Actually, this particular theory is based on the working environment of the employees. Working environment is playing the key role here in this particular theory. Okay, so whatever you'll be getting this theory more or less surrounding the working environment. So HERZBERG'S defined two sets of factors in deciding employees. So HERZBERG had given two sets of factors. What are they? Employees' working attitudes. Employees' working attitudes, what can be negative or positive, and level of performances. Level of performances is divided again into two parts. They are motivation and hygiene factors. So another name of HERZBERG'S two-factor theory is motivation and hygiene theory. Please keep it in your mind, very important for MCQs. The another name of HERZBERG'S two-factor theory is motivation and hygiene theory. So please keep it in your mind. It can be coming in your exam by HERZBERG'S two-factor theory, or only two-factor theory, or only motivation and hygiene theory. It can be named anything. Okay. Moving towards the next slide. The theory was based around interviews with 203 American accountants and engineers in Pittsburgh. Why this line is important? Because whatever conclusion came out in this theory is based on these interviews taken on those 203 American accountants and engineers in working in Pittsburgh area of USA. Why I am mentioning this thing again and again? To mark the status, because In America, the status of accountants and engineers are pretty high. Okay, because of their profession's growing importance in the business world. Why they had chosen accountants and engineers? Because according to HERZBERG, their profession of whom? Profession of those accountants and engineers are growing importance in the business day by day. That's why HERZBERG chosen these two professions. Okay. The subjects were asked to relate times when they felt exceptionally good or bad about their present job or any previous job to provide reasons. So it is asked to them when and at what situation these accountants and engineers used to feel good or bad regarding any of their present job or any of the previous job, and why they feel good or bad. Please try to give out the reasons so that the company can rectify it. And obviously a description of the sequence of events that used to give rise to that positive or negative feeling. Good means positive feeling, bad means negative feeling. What are the events, or you can say sequence of events, 1 2 3 4 5, like the sequence of events, what give rise to positive or negative feeling. The description of that particular sequence is needed, which actually give rise to positive or negative feeling. Okay, so particularly this theory try to get the positive or negative things what these accountants and engineers think regarding a particular job. It might be a present job, it might be any previous job also. So particularly the theory is asking the engineers and accountants regarding their work environment, as I mentioned earlier. So moving towards the next slide. Now we will try to study about the two-factor theory. The two-factor theory states that there are certain factors in the workplace that cause job satisfaction, while a separate set of factors which causes dissatisfaction. Another name of this particular theory is satisfaction dissatisfaction theory. So it can be named in three ways: HERZBERG'S two-factor theory, only two-factor theory, motivation hygiene theory, satisfaction dissatisfaction theory. Okay, so according to HERZBERG, there are certain factors in a job which provides job satisfaction, and there are certain factors in jobs which causes dissatisfaction. So all the things we are going to learn in this particular class which give rises to either satisfaction or dissatisfaction in a job. Okay. Now, assumptions of HERZBERG'S theory. There are some assumptions of HERZBERG'S theory. What are they? We are going to learn that. Being satisfied with one's job is equivalent to being motivated. A satisfied worker is a motivated worker. So HERZBERG is assuming that, a very general viewpoint, if you are satisfied with your job, that means you are a motivated worker. Satisfaction motivates any general people like you and me. So if you are satisfied with your job, then you are a motivated worker. It's assumed by HERZBERG. You can't ask, sir, aisa kyun? You can't ask that, because as you study in economics various assumptions, this is also an assumption by Frederick Herzberg while framing this theory. Okay. Second assumption. Job satisfaction and dissatisfaction are separate concepts with unique determinants based on work with accountants and engineers. So while framing this theory, Herzberg came to an assumption that job satisfaction and dissatisfaction are totally separate concepts and with unique determinants. That means some determinants used to give rise to job satisfaction and some determinants used to give rise to job dissatisfaction. It's a very general thing. From the same thing you can't get satisfaction as well as dissatisfaction. Increment in salary, satisfaction, right? Can you get dissatisfaction from there? No. So from one factor you are getting dissatisfaction and from another factors you are getting dissatisfaction. Moving to the very simple two assumptions. Be clear about this, you have to remember that. Okay. Now moving towards what do you mean by satisfaction or dissatisfaction? Because these two terms are very important here. What is satisfaction here and what is dissatisfaction here? Okay. Satisfaction, which is mostly affected by the motivator factors. Generally, it's a general thinking. The motivated peoples always do better works because they are motivated in their work, and whenever they are motivated, they'll be getting the reward due to that motivation, due to their work, and that give rise to satisfaction. Okay, generally it's affected by motivation factors. Motivation factors help increase the satisfaction but aren't that effective on dissatisfaction. That means motivation factors, if you are motivated, it will give rise to satisfaction, and it is adversely related to dissatisfaction. That means if you are motivated, you will be getting satisfaction, and it is adversely related to dissatisfaction. That means satisfaction is directly related to motivation factors and dissatisfaction is directly related to hygiene factors. As I already told, this factor is also known as motivation hygiene factor and also satisfaction dissatisfaction factors. So motivation is directly related to satisfaction and hygiene is directly related to dissatisfaction. As it is told here, dissatisfaction is a result of hygiene factors. Dissatisfaction is a result of hygiene factors. If these factors, if absent or inadequate, so there are some factors we are going to study further, if these factors will be absent or inadequate, it causes dissatisfaction. But their presence has little effect on long-term satisfaction. So there are certain factors in each and every companies. If they will be absent or inadequate, it causes dissatisfaction. But their presence has little effect. Means if they will not be there also, it will not be that much affecting satisfaction. These factors can only remove dissatisfaction. Somebody can ask me, sir, dissatisfaction, if you will be removing dissatisfaction, it automatically tends towards satisfaction, right? Yes, you are right. Yes, you are right. But you will be getting a more clear answer and will be getting further towards the theory. Now look at the chart, look at the diagram given here. Two-factor theory. If motivation factors are present in the company, properly present, then you will be more satisfied in the right hand side. But if motivation factors will be inadequate or less, then you will be less satisfied. Now, Coming to hygiene factors. If hygiene factors will be proper, adequate, then it will be removing dissatisfaction. Listen to me very carefully. If hygiene factors will be present in the company properly, then it will remove dissatisfaction. It will not be giving satisfaction. It will be removing dissatisfaction. And if it will be inadequate or absent, if I'm talking about the hygiene factors, if it is inadequate or absent, it will give rise to dissatisfaction. So in one side, it is showing dissatisfaction, and another side, it is removing dissatisfaction. In case of satisfaction, one side it is providing less satisfaction, another side it is providing more satisfaction. So, moving towards the job satisfaction or the motivator factors. These are factors which give rise to job satisfaction. Okay? And if these factors will not be present in the company, employees will not be satisfied. As simple as that. And I am telling you a very important thing. You have to mug up these points. These points means under motivation factors or motivators or job satisfaction, these are the determinants. In the option you may get which of the following is a determinant of job dissatisfaction. In that you will be getting 3 options from job satisfaction and 1 option from job dissatisfaction. So for that, the factors, the determinants of job satisfaction and motivation have to be very clear in your mind, and you have to mug up at least these short points. Okay. Now, before coming into the detail of job satisfaction factors or motivator factors, I'm again giving emphasis that this particular theory is based on the survey or interview taken from accountants and engineers, and their status is pretty high because they are working in Pittsburgh area of USA. Why I am again and again mentioning it, you will be understanding throughout if you will study this theory or understand this theory properly. Okay. Now coming to the factors. The first factor is work itself. सर हम लोग को तो कुछ काम नहीं दे तो ही अच्छा है सर, ऐसा सोचते हो ना? But these engineers or accountants used to get motivated by work. By work, why? Because they like to take responsibilities. If the company will be providing them responsibilities, they will be feeling happy with that. Why so? They will think that the company have full-fledged trust on me. That's why giving responsibility to me. So they are always ready to take responsibilities. That's why they are motivated by work itself. Coming to recognition. So these type of people like accountants and engineers are always feeling motivated by recognition. If somebody will be recognizing them due to their proud moments, due to their achievements, so they used to feel motivated, and it will give rise to their performances, give effect to the performances of these people. Next is achievement. More or less the same reason. The more they will be getting achievements, the more people will be knowing about their achievements, will be greeting them. Yeah, great work done by you. Like this, greeting them, they will be feeling motivated by that. Okay. Next is advancement. So these people always like to take advancements very fast, because they are genuine employees who like to take responsibilities. They know how to take responsibilities. They know how to convert the work into performances. So that's why they always like to work in such a company where they can get advancements very fast. Okay. Next is personal growth, which is very much positively correlated with performances. So if you will be working positively for your company, automatically there will be personal growth. You'll be getting promotions, and from there automatically personal growth will be there. So personal growth and promotion is very much correlated here. If you will be getting promotion due to your good work performances, automatically there will be personal growth. And again I am mentioning these particular theory is on the basis of the interviews taken from 203 accountants and engineers working in Pittsburgh area of USA, because these are very much correlated things. Okay, now moving to the hygiene factors, or you can say dissatisfaction factors. Now you'll be understanding the why I am giving the emphasis on that they are working in Pittsburgh area of USA, they are accountants and engineers. Starting point is pay benefits. लग रहा है ना sir? Pay benefits, that means salary, right sir? Yes, it's salary. Then it should be motivation factors, because salary is the main reason behind everybody's work. Yes, you are correct. But we are looking at this theory from the viewpoint of engineers and accountants. So they are already getting good pay benefits for a long time. So rather than pay benefits, they used to feel motivated more by advancements, promotions, taking responsibilities, recognition, achievements, so work itself. So rather than pay benefits, they used to feel more motivated with those factors, which we had studied in the previous slide. So pay benefit is important to remove dissatisfaction. Pay benefit here is important to remove dissatisfaction. That's why it's known as hygiene factor. Same for working conditions. So as I already mentioned, these are peoples who are already skilled people. As I already mentioned, engineers and accountants, they are skilled peoples. They know their job pretty well. So they used to work in such a condition where they have the freedom to work. They don't want to take suggestions from others, because they think they know their job pretty well than others. So they used to have a working condition where they have the freedom to work in their own manner. So if you are giving them the freedom, that means you are removing dissatisfaction. If not, they'll be dissatisfied regarding their jobs, and you will not be getting the 100% performance from them. Okay. Next is job security. Sir, ये भी तो sir motivation में होना चाहिए था. Yeah, let me make it clear. These peoples does not think about job security that much, because they know it after every 2 to 3 years they are going to change their companies for hikes, for increments. So job security for them used to do the work of removing dissatisfaction. If you are giving them job security, that we are not going to leave you in any of the conditions, if you are giving such statements in their contract paper, they will not be dissatisfied with your company, and they'll be giving their 100% job in their job they'll be doing. Next is quality of supervision. As I already mentioned in the second point regarding working condition, that they like to get freedom in their work, here also I'll be more or less trying to mention the same thing. In quality of supervision, I like to mention that they don't want to take supervision from others. As I already mentioned, they want to do the job in their own manner. If you will be giving supervision to them, they'll be feeling demotivated, and that can give rise to dissatisfaction. And if you are giving them proper supervision, that means you are very much friendly with them, and making them understand the good or bad of any particular job, in that case, it may remove dissatisfaction. Next is company policy and procedures. Now, let me make it clear. Every company have some policies. Every company have some procedures. Now, why is coming under dissatisfaction or hygiene factors? This one is also very much related with freedom. These peoples think that whatever performance I can give individually, I am giving it by own self. Nobody should look after us that we are doing proper job or not. Means they don't want to take direction from others because they think that they can do their job pretty well. So they think they should get freedom from company policies and procedures also. Next is relationship with co-workers. Now for that I'll be taking a short example. You all are coming from schools, first sem students. You will be seeing that or had seen that in your classes. The student who used to come first in your class don't used to share their copies with others. Why? Why? Because they think that if they will be providing their copies to you, you may come first instead of him. What is that? It's jealousy. These peoples generally have that factor in their mind. So their relationship with their co-workers was not that good. But if it will be good, if the relationship of them with the bosses or the peers working there in that particular organization will be good, then automatically it will remove dissatisfaction. And if it will be bad, then it will create dissatisfaction. Okay. Hope the determinants are clear to you, and these determinants, both motivation as well as hygiene, is very important for the MCQ based questions. I am mentioning it again and again. Now, how this theory distinguishes between motivators and hygiene factors. So under motivators, what you are getting? You are getting challenging work, recognition, responsibility, and it gives rise to positive satisfaction arising intrinsic condition of the job itself. In the job, what you are getting? You are getting a recognition, achievement, advancement, promotion, personal growth, etc. So these are motivators. But in case of hygiene factors, what you are getting? We are getting the primary things. They are the status, job security, salary, and fringe benefits, which do not give positive satisfaction. But it used to remove dissatisfaction. It results to removing dissatisfaction. If they are not be, they will not be, means the factors like status, job security, salary, and fringe benefits, if these will be adequate, this will give rise to dissatisfaction. So these are extrinsic to the work itself, and includes aspects, as well as extrinsic, it includes aspects such as company policies, supervisory practices, wages, salaries, payments, etc. Okay. Now through a diagram I am trying to making it clear. HERZBERG'S two-factor theory. What it is telling? If hygiene factor is not proper, just look at the arrow. If it is not proper, employees will be dissatisfied and unmotivated. Okay. If hygiene factors are proper, employees not dissatisfied. Up to that factors, employees are not dissatisfied, but they are unmotivated. And whenever they are getting the motivation factors too, they are satisfied as well as motivated. Not getting hygiene and motivation factors, they are dissatisfied and unmotivated. Only getting the hygiene factors, employees not dissatisfied but unmotivated. Both getting hygiene and motivation factors, employees are satisfied and motivated. This is the main concept of this theory, which is told by this short diagram I am showing in this class. Okay, hope more or less the theory should be clear with you if you had listened to this theory very clearly and from the beginning. Moving to the next slide. We are at the conclusion stage of this particular class. Means what now we are getting in this conclusion part. HERZBERG'S theory argue that the two-factor results is observed because it is natural for people to take credit for satisfaction and to blame dissatisfaction on external factors. Now, have you ever seen any of the employee who is telling that my salary is enough, I don't want more from the company? Have you ever listened to this type of statements? If you had listened to it also, it will be very few by number. Maximum of the peoples used to feel dissatisfied from the amount of salary they are receiving from the company. So the two-factor result is observed because it is natural. If they are working well, they individually will try to take the credit of that. But if they are not working well, they will be blaming the company for that. It's a general viewpoint. According to HERZBERG, the result is also the same. HERZBERG also telling the same thing. If they are working well, they will be taking credit of that. If they are not working well, they will blame the external factors. Furthermore, job satisfaction does not necessarily imply a high level of motivation or productivity. So, HERZBERG is telling that in his theory, if you are satisfied with your job, you will be automatically be motivated. But in reality, it may not be true. A job satisfied person may not give proper productivity to the company, which is assumed by the theory. It may not be true in reality. A job satisfied individual may not give proper productivity in reality. Okay. Next is, you may think, sir, how it can happen? In government sector, you are seeing many people getting good amount of salary. They know it very well that in comparison to private companies, they are very much paid well. Why they are not giving the 100% efforts in their jobs? Because they know it pretty well. If they will not be working 100% also, they will be having their increments in this government structure on a regular basis. So that's why they are satisfied. But they are not motivated towards the productivity of the company. Example, BSNL, Bharatiya Sanchar Nigam Limited, a government company. Okay. Next is the last paragraph of this slide. HERZBERG'S theory has been broadly read, and despite its weaknesses, its enduring value is that it recognizes that true motivation comes from within a person. So at the end of the day, a philosophical line. That is, true motivation comes from within a person. So if you are motivated, you should be motivated from inside. Nobody else can motivate you. So with this, I am ending this class here. Hope the class is very much clear to you, because I had tried to show you all the detailing of this particular theory. If you are having any problem, listen to it again and again, and then also if you are having any problem, feel free to contact me. I'll try to make it clear to you. So with this, I am ending my class here. Thank you so much for listening.